What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I have one story here, the Filipino Story Studio, and yeah, it features Jessica Lee. So let's get into this video and see why Jessica Lee gave her K-pop dream to become a Filipino YouTuber. So let's get into it.
Without those experiences and everything that the Philippines has given me, really the me of now would not exist at all. I'll be probably much of a way more stiff person, I feel like. Really. So the Philippines is really now a home for me.
Coming up, a Korean YouTuber dedicates her entire channel to celebrating Filipino culture and its people. Hello, everybody. I'm Bonnie Logroño, the writer and director of The Filipino Story.
And I'm Cassie Domingo, the voice of The Filipino Story.
All right, so once again, Cassie, I have a story about Filipino culture that I want to share with you.
That's really exciting. I'm so excited to hear about this.
Awesome. But before I share it, I just was wondering, what do you think about Korean culture?
I love their food.
Yeah.
The Korean barbecues and their kimchis and the ramens and everything. I could just down it every single day. I love it.
I think we had Korean food for Christmas.
Insert photo here. Just kidding. But also, I think with their K-drama,
Yeah.
really have enjoyed Crash Landing on You. Shout out to that.
They're really good at storytelling, huh?
Amazing. They're so good.
Well, that's good to know that you're a fan of Korean content or Korean stories, because the person I'm going to show you the story of today is a Korean storyteller who loves Filipino culture.
I love that. That's interesting. Oh, we could switch
Yeah,
culture facts.
So it's super awesome. Her name's Jessica Lee.
Oh, I'm seeing her new story.
Yeah. She's a good friend now, and we're gonna watch her story about her Philippine experience.
Awesome. Okay, let's do this.
For the first time ever, you can make your photos talk.
Yeah, let's do that.
So my name is Jessica
right,
Lee,
Filipino
and I'm a
Story
Korean content
Studio.
creator based here in the Philippines. I moved to the Philippines in 2009, and I was 8 years old by then. It's my parents' decision, and they made the decision because they wanted to let us learn English. And that was a very common practice in Korea. They send off children to the Philippines to learn English. Only thing I had in my mind was just excitement, honestly. Like, I was not scared. I was just so excited by the idea that I'm going to ride a plane for the first time. I'm going to go abroad for the first time. And I'm going to go to the Philippines where mangoes is famous. Or, because I was so young, so the image of the Philippines is just mangoes. Like, the Philippines is mangoes, that's it. And if you ask me when was the happiest moment of my life, it's going to be that year of 2009 when I first came to the Philippines and met my Filipino English teachers.
Yep, and mangoes are cheaper there. It's like an arm and a leg here in Korea, but yeah, I get it. And yeah, so let's continue.
Every day in the morning, you hear those, and then you have to pump the water to get the water, and you have to boil the water. It was really a trad setting, and I just loved my life there so much. What the teachers did to open my mind up is through food. They started bringing Milo, pandesal,
Oh yeah,
siomai,
love it.
pancit canton. They introduced to me all these like Filipino snacks and food. So I was just so happy that they gave me all these food, and it was so good. I still remember that pancit canton I had with the pandesal was so good. That was like, I still remember it vividly. Wow, Filipino food is like so good. So naturally, I grew this connection with my teachers, and just naturally, we just got so close to each other. So naturally, my English just got better because I had the will to communicate with them because I love them so much. That was just joy and happiness for me. So like no worries, no concerns, just pure happiness. And my neighbors there, I was just so happy just playing with them. So that memory was just too strong for me that I think that first year in the Philippines played a big role in shaping me into who I am today. So yeah, I'm just really thankful for the Philippines and to my teachers for giving me just the perfect image of the Philippines. The trust that we've formed together and the sense of connection that we felt was so big that it just really lasted forever. And I'm not gonna like sugarcoat by saying that every Filipino is like that, but then mostly a lot of people would really come to us with that genuine helping hand. And that's why that time in the Philippines was the happiest time of my life. as I got older, I flew back and forth Korea and the Philippines a lot. I graduated my elementary school in the Philippines. After that, I went back to Korea to pursue my dream as a K-pop trainee. And I went back to the Philippines in 2017. In 2020, the pandemic hit. I had to go back to Korea and I was forcefully stuck in Korea. And we just couldn't go back. So I feel like because for 2 years the Philippine border was closed, that also boosted my will to really go back to the Philippines. But fundamentally, I really wanted to go back because I started taking content creation full time. So I had to make content that really resonated with me, and that
Yeah, and for myself, I went to the Philippines before the pandemic, and right before the pandemic, I got back to Korea, and then I went back home to the U.S. to avoid all of this, and then after yeah, so and I haven't returned to the Philippines till they lifted all the travel bans, like the vaccine and everything. So now I've gone to the Philippines year in, year out. So I got to get home to the States, go make some money, and then I'll get back to the Philippines eventually. So yeah, so this story does resonate with me too. But let's continue to listen to Jessica.
was really something that had to do with Filipino culture. So I would already define my identity being like half Filipino and half Korean, I would say. People would laugh at that, but I would say that. And so that's why I would make Filipino and Korean content. And because I was based in Korea, there were a lot of limits into exploring the kind of content I wanted to make. I wanted to make deeper stories, basically. I wanted to tackle. So I decided to fully come back. And that is the time my conscious decision made without my parents' decision. It's just my pure decision to really come back to the other place and to live by myself to pursue content creation. So the Philippines is really now home for me. So my dream, I guess, as a content creator is to really make the content creation world in the Philippines more diverse, because there are a lot of different content out here in the Philippines, but I just feel like there are still more beautiful stories that should be made about the Philippines. It's not enough, basically. There are more and more things about the Philippines that has to be explored and has to be showcased better. There's actually a lot. That's my goal, really, to kind of boost that creative trigger to prove that the Philippines is worthy of making content about, to prove that Filipino stories are stories worth telling. And it's really beautiful. Yeah, I hope more and more creators and storytellers really find that beauty and try to incorporate that in their content. That's about the Philippines, because the world really needs to know the beauty of these people and this culture. Seeing how these Filipinos work so hard, it's so inspiring. Ever since I was growing up, I really saw it from so many Filipinos. They're really supporting their family. And I can really see that since day one, how much they take family as number one priority. I was touched by that, to see how many OFWs leave the country to support for their family, and they have that like spirit until the end. It's not temporary. That's actually a big thing, especially coming from like a more individualistic society. That's almost impossible to do, but that dedication and that love they have for the family, for that sense of community, that spirit is just too strong, and that just really resonated with me a lot growing up until now. I think that spirit has to be really also what I'm so impressed about, and I wish to really absorb. That's actually one part I really love too. How everyone's
Yeah, and they have this animation, on this channel. So it's a really good video to watch. So we're gonna kind of watch what this video is too, along with Jessica Lee. So yep, let's take a look at this, and yeah, let's get into
my
this.
kuya and ate. I love these voiceover even.
Yeah.
This is the wisdom from them that we have to learn now. It's amazing. It's amazing, honestly. And I think it's great that you're making also videos like this. I think that's really inspiring and great. And also the entire story, watching it, it's like it's a flashback of my own life story as well. the party, the family gatherings, the karaoke, the food, the different nature. I think all of these I'm very thankful. And this animation, it definitely tells everything very well. That's what it really felt like. I'm seeing through live story animation. So yeah, it's really inspiring. And it makes me so proud of my Filipino side. I mean, ever since growing up, I'm always proud. I'm really happy and thankful to my parents for bringing me here, honestly. Because as I said again, the happiest moment of my life was when I was in the Philippines. And without those experiences and everything that the Philippines has given me, really the me of now would not exist at all. I'll be probably much of a way more stiff person, I feel like. I feel like, really. So
Actually,
I'm really
that's so
thankful
true.
to these core values that I may not be aware of, like the specific names, but without me knowing, unconsciously, I'm pretty sure it also kind of affected who I am. And now that I'm aware of them, I can appreciate them and Filipino culture and Filipinos even more. So yeah, I'm grateful and I'll forever be grateful and proud of my Filipino life and my Filipino story.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. I'm here with the Palestinian family. As you can see here, there's a little girl.
I love how when she was watching, she already started with a smile.
Yeah.
I love that. And I was like, yeah, okay, thank you, Jessica.
What do you think of her reaction?
I think it's really interesting how someone with a completely different culture can watch these animated videos and have it resonate with them. I mean, I don't think it takes much to relate to the Filipino story. You come here for a few days and you'd already get a glimpse of it. Like all of the clips that we're showing would become very familiar to you. You come in and they just welcome you and they just let you experience literally everything there is about being Filipino. I remember this thing that you noticed and that you pointed out when you first landed in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
I picked you up from the airport, you came, and then when we entered this mall, the security guard, you come in and you walk in and you were just smiling from ear to ear. And I was like, why are you smiling? You came and he was like, yeah, they were just like, good afternoon, sir. And then, good afternoon, sir. And I was like, that's so right. That is such a Filipino trait. The way they say good afternoon and good morning in the Philippines, it's just like they're welcoming you already with a song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
They have like a melodic way of saying
yeah, it's probably why we're like karaoke
Good
capital.
singers.
It's probably why we're good singers.
Because we sing all our words.
We sing everything. Even good afternoon. And when you called that out, I was like, dang, that's really Filipino. And that's the truth of being Filipino. Jessica comes in, not even a Filipino, and watches our stories. And it's so familiar to her because we are so eager to share our culture and our traditions with literally anyone who would listen. Yeah, who comes, even if you wouldn't want to listen. I mean, security guard just goes, good afternoon, sir. And it's like so good.
Right. And to the point where she saw the episodes and it was like she was watching a flashback of her experiences here in the Philippines, as if we were telling her story. I feel like as one of the people who created this animated series, that's like, wow, that's awesome that it had that effect.
Great job, Ben.
So much, Jessica.
Now,
Good job
it
also.
really, so she even said she did the voice.
Yeah, she loved the voiceover.
Shoo, Jessica. No, but okay, so there's a big thing in the world right now about representation and everything, right? And I feel like people want to see themselves in like Disney characters and all of these different things. But creating the Filipino story is, I think, an amazing way to represent the Philippines, where people who are strangers to their culture or people who somehow felt distant from their culture and don't even like their culture can look at that and see, hey, there is beauty. And maybe I haven't seen it before, but no, there is something special there. So I think that's really great. Good on you, man. Good on the rest of the Filipino story.
All right. So, hell of a job done by the Filipino studio. Yep. And yeah, there's a thing. And, I've not noticed this a lot of even like Korean families because, like in Manila and in Cebu, there's 30,000 Koreans living there right now. And then up in, northern part, Baguio and all that. So, and plus 1 out of 4 are from South Korea. So, and of course, I'd sometimes get bunched up in it. And yeah, like Cebu, I've been at the airport and I'm like, dang, I didn't realize like it was, I'm sitting here going, is it all Koreans up in here? And yeah. And of course, the Filipinos, they're like trying to speak Korean. I'm like, yo, I'm the only one that's from the States here. But and yeah, this is a great little story. You know, even Jessica's not Filipino. I'm not Filipino either, but I've been there quite a few times, and for long trips. You know, and because on my other channel I cover the basketball content, so I go and check out basketball games in the Philippines, and then I see them out here in Korea. So it's a good one here, and I recommend this channel right here, the Filipino Story Studio. So there you go, and nice job there. All right, so if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.